Welcome back to the Moonshot Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah KB. If you're listening to this today, this means that your next blessing is around the corner. It's just around the corner. Okay. Your next blessing, your next breakthrough, however big or small, it's just around the corner. You may have just experienced it right before you listened to this episode, but nevertheless, that's the message I have for you today. Is your next blessing is just around the corner. Look, we've been putting in, for those of us who've been on our journey, taking our journey as serious as we need to, while not becoming so rigid, but taking it serious enough to do the things that we should do. Our intentions are on point. Our vibration overall. We all have good and bad days, ups and downs or whatever, but overall, our vibration is on point. We're a vibrational match for what we're looking for and things like that. So, it's inevitable that your next blessing is just around the corner. Now, when I say this, I want you to understand that it's not so much as, the next life-changing blessing, the next life-changing breakthrough, in a sense of, a life you just don't recognize anymore. It's just so new and everything is so, breakthroughs. I did an episode about this, right? Celebrating the small wins, or even the small wins, small breakthroughs and things like that. But breakthroughs and blessings, when you get them, I truly feel like you should treat them as if they are the biggest thing in the world. Because, a blessing is a blessing. A breakthrough is a breakthrough. We can't help but to feel certain things are bigger. You understand? Because of the, life-changing effect that it can have overall, right? Some of the, those things we typically would rate higher on the scale of like blessings and whatever. But I don't want you to lose sight of the things that you can be grateful for along the way, right? And those things are highly important because those are even more steps closer to the ultimate things that we're looking for. So that's the time to be grateful. That's the time to be celebrating. You know what I mean? Celebration is definitely in order, when these situations happen. Just bask in the gratitude. Because again, this is getting you steps closer to what you're even looking for. And for some of you who are listening, this is the blessing or the breakthrough that's around the corner is what you've been waiting for. You know what I mean? It's the whole package. It's not something that it's necessarily just leading you to it or a step closer or a reminder, or, special little nugget of hope. Some of you are really on the brink of like the big shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual life-changing shit. You understand? So, be prepared to get unexpected news, but news that you can definitely be grateful for, life-changing news, that's for some. For some, like I said, it's things that you still should be grateful for because of, the magnitude of what it represents. You understand? Some of us are going to have breakthroughs with, like super personal breakthroughs, whereas a form of shadow work that you've been doing that you have a amazing breakthrough with. Perhaps you've been doing shadow work and you finally get to the root of what's been causing the cycle within yourself that you've been intently working on within your shadow work sessions. Maybe it's that, maybe it's a breakthrough of a connection that you've been detached from, in order to take care of yourself and to whatever, and they come back around in a different space, and it's time to unify again. It's time to come back together again. And I'm not saying it has to be completely romantic. Some connections, we're talking about friendships, family members, whatever. Sometimes when we're going through different parts of our spiritual journey, it's best to separate from those who are still destined to be in our lives, but only for a single chapter, or a few chapters, whatever the case may be, in order for us to individually do what we have to do for ourselves. So when we come back together, it's not only beneficial for both of us, but we are a vibrational match. And now we can continue to help each other on our individual journey. You understand? Separation isn't always permanent. Some separation is. Sometimes we outgrow people, and everything that y'all have for each other, you've already experienced it, right? And you can kind of tell that when things are overly toxic when you're around these people. Everything just seems, simple conversations just turn into shit, and or there's that's more so in the relationship department. When you can't really communicate well, friendship wise, family member wise, it's like, those awkward moments that never was there before until you start growing. And now, like, you can't sit around these same people without it feeling weird. These are all just signs that you've outgrown the person, or outgrown each other in some cases. Y'all's time is up with each other. Like, whatever y'all was supposed to learn from each other, it's already been put on the table. It's already there for those who are involved, the parties that are involved, to take heed and learn from it from then on. But some people don't learn from it. Some people blame everybody else, except looking at what this was trying to teach them. The connection was trying to teach them, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, and they're doomed to repeat it after that. They're going to find themselves in another situation exactly like that, because they still don't think that it's them. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in it, you're in it. Like, you know what I mean? You're still participating because you are matching it. You know what I mean? And if you're not matching it, then you're just not pulling the plug on it fast enough. And, that's where your torment is at, is because you're not doing shit about it. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, the blessings, the next breakthroughs for you are just around the corner. All I need for you to do is to, again, monitor your vibration. Continue to monitor your vibration. Continue to be grateful for what you already have. This is big. Gratitude is huge. Gratitude should not be minimized as just an option. I mean, gratitude is a must. So be sure to showcase gratitude. You know what I mean? Feel it. I'm not talking about just show it and, make a dry ass list affirmations about, oh, okay, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful. No, like really, like I'm talking about tears and eyes grateful. Like really allow that to fill your body and allow yourself to feel it. And this is where it's powerful at, when you're truly grateful. When you really look at it like, damn, I really don't have to have this, but I have it. You know what I mean? This used to be a prayer. This used to be, a manifestation or whatever you want to call it, right? And now you're sitting in something that you used to want so bad. But how quickly we forget, right? So yeah, monitor your vibration, showcase gratitude, and be open, be receptive to the signs. Spirit is similar to like emotion, in the sense of like, it doesn't always make logical sense, but it will make sense to you. It will make sense to your spirit. Now, if you start to overthink the message and you start to try and analyze it too much and think, then you start to tear it apart and you miss what you don't necessarily miss it, because when you first see it, when you first get the message from wherever, you feel it, you feel that it's correct, but then you start overthinking it, and then you miss your opportunity to take the message at that point and then proceed from that point. You understand? And then, they got to keep sending you the message in different ways, which is fine. There's no harm or no shame in it, because we're all people and we're subject. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And nobody's perfect. Nobody's not going to do that. So, until you learn to not do that, and then you won't do it as much, but we're going to do that. You know what I mean? So, just be open, be receptive. If you see something, if you see a word, you driving down the street and you see a billboard that has a word on it and it makes you instantly feel something, you just instantly know what the fuck that means. Do not sit there and overthink it. You will think yourself out of it and then tell yourself you just tripping. Really, you weren't. Really, you were on point, but now you've convinced yourself by logically putting it together and practically breaking it down analytically and all that good shit that's meant for other things. You're now applying that to the spiritual realm, which it doesn't apply. You know what I mean? And now you're fucking up the magic. You know what I'm saying? So let those things be separate for you. Let them come together when they're supposed to, but just remember that they're not the same thing. Logic and emotion is not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, things that make sense and emotion, they're two different worlds, and they're good for two different things. You understand? Neither one is better than the other. They're just meant for different things. Don't confuse them. Just like logic and analyzing with the spiritual realm. Don't confuse them and think that they're the same thing, or you can logically put together something spiritually. It's like, okay, no, like some of these things are going to be more so on the woo-woo side, the magical side of life. You know what I mean? And you won't be able to explain it away logically, And the closest you can get for some of these things is saying some shit like, "Oh, it's just one of those things. Oh, that was just a freak accident. That was weird." It's like, but no, there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything is connected, just like we all are connected. You know what I mean? Everything is connected. Everything has a place. You know, everything is cohesive. It's all running together. You know what I mean? That's why when you see movies with like about like the butterfly effect, when somebody changes one little thing and then it changes everything. That's how it's connected. Everything is in place. You understand? And so yeah. But like I said, be receptive, monitor your vibration, and be sure to be grateful. You understand? But yeah, your next blessing is around the corner. Your next breakthrough is around the corner. Like they say nowadays, claim it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, but you don't have to just claim it. Really vibrationally do what you have to do. The three things that I said throughout the episode. So that is all the time I got for y'all today. This has been the Moonchild Podcast with the Moonchild, his motherfucking self, Elijah KB. I appreciate you. Thank you. For those interested in spiritual advice, I now have a page where you can sign up for a one-on-one hour session with myself. The link will be in the description. And for any questions and topics for the podcast, feel free to email them to me.